Have you ever felt that there is something dormant within you? An unexplored force waiting to be unleashed? A deep sense that there is more to your existence than what you experience daily? Perhaps you notice moments when your will seems too weak to create real change, or when your heart closes in the face of pain, preventing love from flowing freely. It may be that you feel disconnected from something greater, as if you have forgotten your true spiritual nature. This restlessness is no coincidence. It is the call of 3 sacred powers that reside within you, awaiting your recognition. These powers are not external to you. They are your very essence waiting to be activated through the transformative frequency of the violet flame. Within every human being exist 3 primordial forces that, when awakened and unified, create a quantum leap in consciousness. The first power is divine will, that force which neither controls nor manipulates, but flows with the current of life. This is not the will of the ego, which tries to force results and dominate situations. This is the will of the soul, represented by the sky blue flame, which transforms inner inertia into sacred movement. When you choose to be light, this will awakens and begins to move invisible mountains in your reality. The second power is unconditional love, the magnetic force that attracts everything that resonates with your purest essence. Represented by rose gold rays, this love dissolves all resistance and reprograms your heart for true empathy, liberating forgiveness and union with all life. It is not limited romantic love nor conditional love that demands reciprocity. It is the love that simply exists, radiates, and transforms everything around it. When this power awakens within you, barriers fall and relationships are healed at deep levels that the rational mind cannot even fully comprehend. The third power is living spirituality, the golden wisdom that guides both will and love. This is the power that balances heaven and earth, mind and heart, action and contemplation. It is the lucid state of remembering that you are a soul having a human experience, not a body trying to achieve spirit. This inner wisdom illuminates your path and reveals the hidden purpose behind every challenge. When it awakens, you don't just believe in something greater, you become the living expression of that divine greatness. For centuries, ascended masters have worked to reactivate these powers in humanity. Saint Germain, the guardian of the violet flame of transmutation, now offers a unique opportunity for those who choose to say yes to their own light. He does not demand complex rituals or special preparations. All that is needed is a genuine decision to reconnect with the violet frequency, that vibration of instant transformation that dissolves dense karma and releases old patterns. This is a door that opens with a single conscious step, the step of accepting that you deserve to experience your divinity while still walking on this earth. The energy of the violet flame is not just a distant mystical concept. It is a real frequency, measurable in its effects on consciousness and matter. Quantum scientists are beginning to understand what mystics have always known, that focused intention in elevated states of consciousness can reorganize molecular reality. When you connect with the violet flame through guided meditation by Saint Germain, you are literally reprogramming your energetic field to vibrate in harmony with higher frequencies of existence. This is not magic in the fanciful sense. It is applied spiritual technology, the sacred science that our ancestors knew, and that now returns to transform humanity. Many people live for years without realizing they carry an inner light switch waiting to be flipped. They seek happiness in external achievements, relationships, material possessions, social recognition. And while these things can bring temporary satisfaction, Nothing fills the existential void like the awakening of the three inner powers. Because when divine will, unconditional love, and living spirituality unite in your heart, you experience something beyond common happiness. You experience wholeness. That state of being complete regardless of external circumstances. It is in this state that miracles become natural, and synchronicities guide your steps daily. Today you will be guided through a transformative journey where these three powers will be awakened sequentially and then unified into a sacred triangle of violet light in your heart center. This is not a process that happens only during meditation and then disappears. It is a permanent activation that strengthens each time you consciously choose to act with divine courage, love unconditionally, and live with enlightened purpose. Saint Germain will be present every step of the way, enveloping you in his violet mantle of protection and purification, placing the seal of divine transmutation on your crown so that you become an open channel for celestial frequencies. Prepare to experience something that words can hardly describe completely. You are about to access layers of yourself that have remained hidden, perhaps for many lifetimes. The blockages that kept these powers dormant will be dissolved by the violet frequency, and you will feel your energetic field expand, your heart open, and your mind clear. This is the beginning of a new era in your spiritual journey, the era in which you don't just seek the light, but become the very light you seek. Breathe deeply. Allow yourself to be fully present in this sacred moment. And know that I am with you on this journey toward your highest self. Find a quiet place now where you can sit or lie down comfortably, a sacred space that will be your temple of transformation for the next few moments. Allow your body to relax completely, releasing any tension accumulated in your shoulders, neck, and back. Observe your natural breath without trying to control it. Just witness the air entering and leaving, bringing new life with each inhale and releasing everything that no longer serves you with each exhale. Gently close your eyes and begin to direct your attention inward, gradually moving away from the external world with its demands and distractions. This is your moment, your personal ritual of reconnection with the sacred that dwells within you. Visualize above your head, approximately 3 feet away, a luminous sphere of pulsating violet light. This sphere is not just a mental image. It represents the real presence of the violet flame of transmutation that Saint Germain has guarded for ages for this exact moment. The violet light radiates with increasing intensity, containing reflections of deep amethyst, celestial lilac, and touches of shimmering gold. Feel the vibration of this sphere even before it touches your physical body. It is a frequency of pure love mixed with transformative power, gentle, yet incredibly potent. As you focus your attention on this sphere, it begins to grow and pulsate with more intensity, responding to your conscious intention to awaken. Now, slowly, this violet light begins to descend like a luminous waterfall, first touching the top of your head. Feel the sacred yet refreshing warmth of this energy as it penetrates your scalp, dissolves tension in the cranial region, and activates dormant glands in your brain. The violet light massages every cell of your head, undoing ancient energetic blockages, cellular memories of trauma, limiting thought patterns that have been imprinted in your neural tissue for years or even decades. Allow this light to do its divine work without resistance. It knows exactly what needs to be cleansed, healed, and reactivated within you. The violet waterfall continues its descent and now completely envelops your face. Feel how it softens the muscles around your eyes, where so much worry and fatigue accumulate. It dissolves the tension in your jaw, where so many unspoken words have been held back. Your mouth relaxes, your tongue rests on the roof of your mouth, and even your teeth seem to vibrate at a more harmonious frequency. The violet light enters through your nostrils with each breath, purifying your lungs not only on a physical level, but also dissolving ancient sorrows that have been stored in the lung tissue. You breathe the violet flame as if breathing the very essence of freedom. Notice now how this luminous energy descends into your neck and throat, that region where so often you swallowed your truth, silenced your authentic voice, or said yes when your heart screamed no. The violet flame gently spins around your throat, unblocking the laryngeal chakra, restoring your divine right to express yourself fully. Ancient pains of rejection when you were misunderstood or criticized for speaking your truth, all these memories are dissolved by the transmuting frequency. You feel your throat opening, expanding, preparing for your voice to resonate with authenticity and spiritual power in the days to come. The light continues its downward journey, reaching your shoulders where so much weight has been carried. How many responsibilities have you placed on these shoulders that were never truly yours? How many others' expectations have you carried as if they were divine obligations? The violet flame penetrates deeply into the musculature of your shoulders and begins to dissolve not only physical tension, but also the energetic weight of all these invisible burdens. You feel your shoulders becoming lighter, as if wings are being released from ancient bonds. This lightness is not fragility. It is the true strength that comes from knowing what is yours to carry and what should be returned to the universe. Now the violet waterfall descends through your arms, from your shoulders to your fingertips. Your arms represent your ability to reach out, embrace, create, and manifest in the physical world. The violet light purifies every muscle, every bone, every joint, removing blockages that prevented your ability to receive abundance and to offer your gifts to the world. Your hands begin to tingle gently. This is the sign that the palm chakras are being reactivated, restoring your natural ability to channel healing energy. You may even feel your hands becoming warm or pulsating with renewed life. This is the violet flame recalibrating your energetic centers so that you become a clearer instrument of divine will. The violet light now concentrates on your chest, completely enveloping your physical heart and the entire cardiovascular system. This extraordinary organ that has beaten billions of times since you were born, ceaselessly pumping life without you needing to consciously command it, it deserves all love and gratitude. The violet flame enters the chambers of your heart, cleansing arteries not only of physical residues, but of emotional residues, those invisible toxins created by unprocessed hurts, stored resentments, unrequited loves that have hardened parts of the heart muscle. As the purification happens, you feel your physical heart beating more regularly, with a rhythm that seems to synchronize with the pulsation of the universe itself. Now descend with the violet light to your abdominal region, where so many vital organs work silently to sustain your life. Your stomach, which processes not only food, but also difficult to digest emotional experiences. Your liver, which filters not only chemical toxins, but also energetic toxins from chronic anger and frustration. Your intestines, where so much fear has been stored over the years. The violet flame penetrates each of these organs with reverence, honoring the work they do and offering deep healing. Ancient emotional cramps begin to dissolve, energetic inflammations are calmed, and you feel a peace settling in your center, in that region that Eastern cultures call the hara, the center of vital power. The violet energy continues its descent into your pelvic region, to the reproductive organs and the entire sacred area that contains so much creativity and life force. So many traumas may have been stored in this region: boundary violations, guilt related to sexuality, shame imposed by distorted cultural or religious conditioning. The violet flame enters this area with extreme delicacy and at the same time with absolute power to dissolve these traumas once and for all. You do not need to relive the painful experiences. Just allow the light to do its work of transmutation. Feel your pelvic region filling with golden light mixed with violet, restoring the sacredness of this area and reconnecting you with your pure creativity and generative power. Now the luminous waterfall flows into your legs, these magnificent structures that support you and allow you to walk on this earth. Your thighs, knees, calves, all receive the bath of violet light that dissolves chronic fatigue, inexplicable pains that are manifestations of internal resistances, stiffness that reflects emotional or mental inflexibility. The violet flame softens, flexes, revitalizes every muscle fiber of your legs. You may feel a sensation of energy flowing down your legs like rivers of liquid light, removing ancient stagnations and restoring the perfect circulation of life force. Finally, the violet light reaches your feet, those foundations that connect you with the earth. The chakras in the soles of your feet open like flowers receiving morning dew, allowing telluric energy to rise and meet the celestial energy that descended from the top of your head. Your feet tingle, vibrate, perhaps even warm. This is the sign that spiritual grounding is happening. You are not just floating in ethereal dimensions. You are firmly planted in physical reality while remaining connected with higher realms. This is the perfect balance that the violet flame offers. Heaven and earth united within you. Your entire physical body is now completely enveloped, penetrated, and activated by the violet flame. You notice that your body feels different, lighter, less dense, as if it has become partially translucent. Physical blockages you carried for years may have been dissolved in these minutes of conscious purification. Early-stage illnesses that had not yet manifested symptoms have been transmuted before they could materialize. Your physical body has been reminded of its innate capacity for self-regeneration, and now it works in harmony with the higher frequencies you are accessing. Breathe deeply into this new lightness and thank your body for being such a faithful temple of your soul. With your physical body purified and vibrating at the violet frequency, you are ready to enter more subtle layers of your being. Observe now how the violet flame that permeates your entire physical body begins to pulsate with a new hue. Rose gold rays begin to blend with the violet, creating a chromatic symphony of emotional healing. This is the moment when the second dormant power, unconditional love, begins to awaken within you. Feel how this new rose gold frequency naturally concentrates in your heart center, creating a luminous vortex that gently spins clockwise, undoing emotional knots that have blocked your capacity to love fully. How many times has your heart closed to protect itself from pain? How many layers of armor have you built around it after betrayals, abandonments, rejections, and disappointments? The violet flame, blended with the rose gold rays of divine love, now begins to dissolve these armors, not violently or traumatically, but with the delicacy of one who removes dried petals from a rose to reveal the fresh bud beneath. You do not need to fear this opening. Saint Germain is by your side, and his violet mantle protects you as you allow old wounds to finally be healed by the light. Bring to your awareness, if you feel safe to do so, an ancient hurt that still pulsates in your heart. It could be something recent or decades old, Linear time does not matter to the emotional heart. Visualize this hurt as a dark stone within your chest. Now observe how the rose gold rays of the violet flame approach this stone and begin to completely envelop it. The stone does not disappear instantly. It begins to crack, to soften, to transform into something different. What was hardness becomes understanding. What was resentment becomes compassion. What was acute pain becomes soft wisdom. You are not forgetting what happened. You are transmuting the energetic charge associated with the memory. Notice how your heart begins to physically expand in your chest. It is not imagination. It is a real expansion of the cardiac electromagnetic field that scientists can already measure. When the heart expands like this, its capacity to love multiplies exponentially. You realize you can love those who hurt you without having to agree with what they did. You can love your own flaws without sinking into paralyzing guilt. You can love life even when it does not meet your expectations. This is unconditional love activating. It is not a sappy or weak feeling, but the most powerful force in the universe reorganizing your emotional structure. Now visualize all the people with whom you have unresolved conflicts: family members, ex-partners, colleagues, old friends. You don't need to see them in detail. Just feel the energy of these wounded relationships floating around you. Imagine that from your expanded heart, rose gold rays of light begin to emanate, reaching each of these people, wherever they are. These rays carry no verbal messages or specific requests. They simply emanate the frequency of genuine forgiveness and love that transcends offenses. You are not doing this for them. You are doing it for yourself, because every thread of resentment you keep connected to another person continuously drains your vital energy. As these rose gold rays reach these people in your visualization, observe something extraordinary happening. Dark, dense threads that connected you to them begin to dissolve or transmute into threads of soft light. Some toxic connections are completely severed by the violet flame, freeing both parties to go their separate ways without further energetic drainage. Other connections are purified and may even strengthen in new and healthy ways. The universe knows exactly what needs to happen with each relationship. You just need to allow the transmutation to occur without trying to control the specific outcomes. Turn your attention now to your own inner self, especially to those parts of you that you reject or hide. Your shadow, those aspects that you consider unacceptable, shameful, or unworthy of love. Perhaps it is your anger, your jealousy, your laziness, your arrogance, your desires that you consider improper. Visualize these shadowy parts as dark figures or forms within you. Now, instead of rejecting them again, invite them closer to your expanded heart. Observe how the rose gold rays of the violet flame envelop them with absolute tenderness. These shadowy parts are not enemies. They are fragmented parts of you asking for integration and love. When you offer unconditional love even to your shadow, a profound alchemy occurs. Transmuted anger reveals its true face. It is distorted personal power. When purified, it becomes strength to set healthy boundaries. Transmuted jealousy reveals that it is distorted self-love. When healed, it becomes the ability to celebrate others' success without diminishing yourself. Each shadowy aspect carries a gift wrapped in dark paper. The violet flame removes the dark paper and reveals the luminous gift that has always been there, awaiting your recognition. You no longer need to wage war against yourself. You can finally become whole through the loving acceptance of all your parts. Feel a presence approaching now. It is Saint Germain in his radiant form, enveloped in violet flames that dance around you without consuming. He smiles with infinite compassion and extends his hands toward your heart. From his palms emanate intense rays of rose gold light mixed with amethyst violet. He places his hands over your heart, and you feel a wave of sacred warmth penetrating deeply, reaching emotional chambers you didn't even know existed. Tears may well up, tears of release, not of pain. Allow them to flow. They carry emotional toxins dissolved by the violet frequency. Crying at this moment is an act of healing, not of weakness. Saint Germain whispers words into your heart that you feel more than hear. You are worthy of love simply by existing. Nothing you have done or failed to do can change your divine nature. Release the guilt that no longer serves you. Release the shame that was never truly yours. You are loved by the source from before you entered this body, and you will continue to be loved when you depart from it. This love does not depend on your performance, your achievements, or your perfection. It is unconditional, eternal, and inexhaustible. These words penetrate deep into your emotional being, reprogramming old beliefs about your dignity and worth. The rose gold vortex in your heart now spins faster, expanding beyond your physical body. It creates a toroidal field of loving energy that extends for meters around you. Anyone who enters this field will feel peace without knowing exactly why. Animals will be naturally attracted to you. Plants will grow more vigorously in your presence. You have become a walking transmitter of the frequency of unconditional love, not by effort or technique, but simply by having allowed this dormant power to awaken within you through the violet flame. Your emotional heart has been healed, expanded, and reactivated to its original sacred function, to be a portal through which divine love flows into this dense world that so greatly needs this frequency. With your physical body purified and your emotional heart expanded, you now reach the more subtle dimensions of your being, the mind and spirit. Observe how the violet flame that permeates your entire system begins to incorporate luminous golden rays, as if the rising sun were merging with the amethyst frequency. This golden light represents the third dormant power, living spirituality, the wisdom that guides both will and love. Feel this golden frequency naturally rising to your head, concentrating especially on your forehead, in the region of the third eye, and on the crown of your skull, where the portal of cosmic consciousness resides. Your rational mind has worked tirelessly throughout your life, processing information, analyzing situations, trying to protect you through control and predictability. But this mind has also created prisons, repetitive thought patterns, limiting beliefs inherited from past generations, internal narratives that diminish your greatness. The golden light of the violet flame now begins to penetrate the layers of your cerebral cortex, reaching the neural circuits where these patterns were imprinted. You do not need to identify each limiting thought individually. The violet gold frequency knows exactly where to go and what to dissolve. Simply relax your mind and allow the transmutation to happen. Visualize your mind as a vast sky. Obsessive thoughts are like dark clouds that block the sunlight. They pass, but you hold on to them, feed them, turn them into storms. The violet flame now blows like a sacred wind through this mental sky, dispersing these dark clouds. Worries about the future that steal your present peace, dissolved. Ruminations about past mistakes that hinder your forward movement, transmuted. Harsh judgments about yourself and others that poison your perception, purified by the golden light. What remains is the clear blue sky of a clear consciousness, where thoughts still arise, but you are no longer imprisoned by them. Saint Germain now positions himself behind you and places his right hand on the crown of your head, over your crown chakra. You feel a gentle but powerful pressure, as if a portal is being opened in your crown. From his hand emanates a concentrated beam of violet gold light that penetrates directly into your brain, reaching the pineal gland, that small organ that the ancients called the seat of the soul. The pineal gland, calcified by years of exposure to toxins and artificial frequencies, begins to purify under the action of the violet flame. Calcium phosphate crystals that blocked your ability to perceive subtle dimensions begin to dissolve, and the gland responds by secreting natural substances that expand your consciousness beyond the 5 physical senses. Your perception begins to change. You are no longer limited to common, everyday consciousness. It is as if a veil has been lifted, revealing layers of reality that have always been there, but you had no eyes to see. You realize that you are not just a body with a soul. You are a soul having a temporary experience in a body. This understanding is not intellectual or philosophical. It is a visceral certainty that settles into every cell of your being. You always knew this on some deep level, but now this wisdom emerges from the subconscious into full consciousness, completely transforming your relationship with life and with death. The golden light intensifies in your third eye, that point between your eyebrows that corresponds to the Ajna chakra, the center of intuitive vision. Under the activation of the violet flame, this chakra begins to spin faster, creating a vortex of indigo light mixed with violet and gold. Images may begin to appear on your mental screen. These are not random imaginations, but genuine perceptions of other dimensions. Memories of past lives, glimpses of future potentials, or symbolic messages from your spiritual guides. Do not cling to these visions or try to interpret them rationally at this moment. Simply observe them with neutral curiosity, allowing the wisdom behind them to integrate at deeper levels than the intellect. Saint Germain now places an etheric crown upon your head, a crown made entirely of violet flames intertwined with threads of golden light. This is not a crown of egoic royalty, but of genuine spiritual authority. You are being reminded of who you truly are, a divine being with direct access to universal wisdom. This crown is also a seal of protection. It creates a field around your mind that repels negative frequencies, intrusive thoughts from discarnate entities, and collective mind control programming. You become sovereign in your own mental space, able to discern what is yours and what is external noise. Breathe deeply into this new mental clarity. Your intuition is now amplified, functioning like an internal radar that detects hidden truths and disguised lies. You will know, without needing external proof, when something is aligned with your higher path and when it is a deviation. Decisions that once seemed impossible to make become simple when viewed through the eyes of activated spiritual wisdom. You don't abandon reason. You integrate it with intuition, creating a higher form of cognition that the wise of all traditions call gnosis, or direct knowledge of truth. Now visualize the 3 powers that have been awakened within you, beginning to move simultaneously. From the center of your will, located in the solar plexus, a wave of sky blue light spirals upward. From the center of your love, in the heart, a wave of rose gold light expands. From the center of your spirituality, in the crown and third eye, a wave of radiant golden light descends. These 3 waves meet in your heart, and something extraordinary happens. They don't just mix, but create a sacred geometry, a spinning triangle of light where each vertex represents one of the powers: divine will at the lower right vertex, unconditional love at the lower left vertex, and living spirituality at the upper vertex. This sacred triangle begins to spin faster and faster in your heart center, creating a vortex that generates what quantum physicists would call a field of maximum coherence. In this field, impossibilities become possibilities. Intentions cease to be mere desires and transform into creative commands that reorganize the quantum matrix around you. You are no longer operating by the laws of common three-dimensional reality. You have accessed a state of consciousness where you actively participate in the creation of your reality, not through egoic manipulation, but through the perfect alignment between your human will and divine will. Saint Germain observes with satisfaction and whispers, "You learned nothing new today. You merely remembered what has always been true about you. These three powers were never absent. They were merely dormant, awaiting your permission to awaken. Now that they are active and unified, you have become an open channel for the higher self, for the I Am presence that is your true identity beyond all the temporary identities you have assumed in your many journeys through matter." His words reverberate through every level of your being, anchoring this activation not only in your present consciousness, but in all timelines of your multidimensional existence. The triangle of light continues to spin in your heart, but now begins to expand, enveloping your entire physical body in a toroidal field that pulsates in the three colors: sky blue, rose gold, and luminous gold, all intertwined with violet threads of transmutation. You have become a pillar of light between heaven and earth, anchoring celestial frequencies on the physical plane. This is your essential mission, regardless of what profession you practice or social role you play. You are here to be conscious light in a world that has forgotten its own luminosity. Remain in this elevated state for a few more moments, allowing all the activations that have occurred to anchor deeply into your energetic system. The sacred triangle of light continues to spin gently in your heart, radiating the frequencies of the three unified powers: divine will, unconditional love, and living spirituality. This is not the end of a meditation. It is the beginning of a new phase in your evolutionary journey. The activation that happened today is permanent, but its intensity and practical manifestation in your life will depend on your daily choices from now on. Saint Germain and the violet flame will always be available to you, not as distant external forces, but as frequencies that you can consciously invoke whenever you need transmutation, healing, or elevation. Begin now, gently, to bring your consciousness back to this time and space. There is no rush. You are returning transformed, and your system needs a few moments to recalibrate itself to operate at this new frequency while still functioning in the three-dimensional world. Feel the weight of your physical body again, but notice that this weight now feels different, less dense, as if your body has absorbed some of the luminosity you experienced. Slowly move your fingers and toes, reconnecting with your physical extremities. Gently rotate your wrists and ankles, awakening your joints to conscious movement. Breathe deeply 3 times, and with each breath, feel more present in this moment, in this place, in this physical reality. But you are not returning as the same person who began this journey. Something fundamental has changed within you. You may not be able to put into words exactly what it is, but you feel it. A greater clarity, a deeper peace, a confidence that does not depend on external circumstances. This is the tangible fruit of having awakened your three inner powers and having unified them through the frequency of the violet flame. You have touched your own divinity, and this experience leaves an indelible mark on your consciousness. When you feel completely present, slowly open your eyes. Look around you and notice how everything seems subtly different. Colors may appear more vivid, light more radiant. Even common sounds may carry a different quality. You have not changed the external world. You have changed the eyes through which you see it, and that changes everything. Drink some water if available. Water helps anchor elevated spiritual energies in the physical body and also aids in the elimination of energetic toxins that were dissolved during the meditation. In the coming days and weeks, observe the changes that begin to manifest in your life. They may be dramatic or subtle, but they will be real. Stagnant situations may suddenly resolve. People who blocked your path may spontaneously leave or change their behavior. Opportunities aligned with your higher purpose may appear in unexpected ways. This is no coincidence. It is the natural reorganization of reality that happens when you raise your vibrational frequency. The universe literally conspires in favor of those who operate at the frequencies of the three awakened powers. But activation does not guarantee a life without challenges. You will still face obstacles, difficulties, and moments of doubt. The difference is that now you possess internal tools to navigate these situations from a position of spiritual power instead of victimization. When your will weakens and you feel inertia, you can consciously invoke the blue flame of divine will, visualizing it rekindling the fire of sacred action in your solar plexus. When your heart closes in the face of new hurts or old ones resurfacing, you can invoke the rose gold rays of unconditional love, allowing them to dissolve resistance and restore your capacity to love unconditionally. When your mind gets lost in confusion and you lose contact with your purpose, you can invoke the golden light of living spirituality, instantly reconnecting with the wisdom of your soul. Regular practice is what transforms a momentary activation into a permanent mode of being. Consider dedicating a few minutes each day to consciously reconnect with the violet flame and with the sacred triangle of your three powers. It can be upon waking, setting the frequency for the day, or before sleeping, transmuting dense energies accumulated during the day. It doesn't have to be a long meditation. Even 3 minutes of conscious visualization of the violet light enveloping you and the triangle spinning in your heart are enough to keep the activation strong and operational. Consistency matters more than duration. Share this frequency with the world, not necessarily by talking about it, but by being its living expression. When you operate from the three awakened powers, your simple presence positively affects those around you. You become a silent beacon, reminding others of their own divine possibilities. Some people will be drawn to you, seeking to understand what is different about your energy. Others may move away, unable to resonate with your new frequency. Both responses are perfect. You are not here to convince anyone of anything, but to be authentically who you are in your highest state. This, in itself, is an invaluable service to collective evolution. If you felt something significant during this journey, consider leaving your testimony in the comments below. Share what awakened within you, what changes you noticed, what insights you received. Your experience may be exactly the encouragement another soul needs to take the next step in their own awakening journey. We do not walk alone. We are part of a global community of beings who have chosen to awaken, evolve, and serve as conscious light bearers in times of great planetary transformation. By sharing authentically, you strengthen the collective field and accelerate the awakening of others. Subscribe to this channel to receive more guided meditations, spiritual teachings, and practices for living from your highest consciousness. Each video is carefully created to offer not just information, but real transformation, frequencies that activate dormant potentials and remind you of your true divine identity. Activate notifications to be alerted whenever new content is published, and consider sharing this video with those you feel are ready for this type of awakening. Remember, the quantum leap you experienced today did not happen by chance. Your soul orchestrated this encounter with Saint Germain's violet flame because you are ready for a new level of consciousness and manifestation. Trust the process, trust divine timing, and above all, trust yourself as an infinite being having a temporary human experience. Your three powers, will, love, and spirituality, are now awakened and unified. Use them with wisdom, humility, and courage. Act when divine will calls for action. Love when the heart calls for expansion. Trust when the spirit calls for surrender. Saint Germain bids farewell now, but his violet mantle remains enveloping you, protecting you, and continuously purifying any dense energy you may encounter. He places his hands over your heart in a final gesture of blessing and whispers, "You are the violet flame in action here and now. You are the love of God manifesting in human form. You are the light you seek. I am that I am, and so are you. Go in peace. Go in power. Go in purpose." And with these words, he gradually dissolves into the violet light, reminding you that he is never truly separate from you. He is an accessible frequency whenever you choose to tune into it. This is the conclusion of our guided journey, but the true beginning of your life operating from the three awakened powers. May each day be an opportunity to choose to be conscious light. May each challenge be recognized as an invitation to demonstrate your spiritual mastery. May every person who crosses your path be touched by the violet frequency that now naturally emanates from you. You are no longer who you were. You are who you were always meant to be. Welcome to your new quantum reality.